Y'all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. This is Winnie and this is Winning with Winnie. Alright y'all, I hope you're doing well and I hope you're feeling blessed. Alright, so let's get into today's video. So one of the many questions that I get asked is, how do you find H1B jobs? So how do you know that a company sponsors? So today I thought, why not discuss this? So today we'll be discussing companies that have sponsored H1B Visa. So we'll do a bunch of things. I currently have three things open. So I have a site that's called My Visa Jobs. I also have Indeed. I also have LinkedIn. But we'll do a couple things. We'll play around, with different things. So as y'all know, I love topics. So our topic today is how to find H1B visa sponsors in 2022-2023. All right, so personally for myself, I have tried different things, y'all. Like, a sister has been out here struggling, pressed. So I have tried Google, I have tried myvisajobs.com, I have tried just going to different conferences and connecting with different people. But anyways, so let's just get into today's video and then I'm just going to show you guys a couple things. So actually, let me open a new tab and let's do one quick thing. So let's bring this tab all the way over here. So the first thing that we're going to try to type in is just, let's say, google.com. All right. And then in the search box, we're going to type in companies that have sponsored H1B visas. H1B. Okay. So you can see there's also already. So it says right, up the top, it says there are 15. These are the top 15 companies that sponsor H1B visa. So Intel, Apple, Tech, Wipro, Accenture, Facebook, IBM, HCL. So even if you go down, it says Amazon.com. So these are things you can try, like things like this. You could even say companies that have sponsored H1B visa for non-STEM people, for non-STEM. Okay, let's see what that brings up. So it even gives you like a Reddit groups and just different people. So it says 50 top USA companies. Okay, I don't think that answers our question, but what I'm basically trying to show is that you can just type in different things just to see what pops up, or companies that sponsor H1B for computer science. Just you can type in your major and just see. So these are some companies that have sponsored H1Bs or H1B visa sponsorship. It takes you to different pages. It takes you to Indeed, but anyways, we'll go into Indeed. But I just wanted to show that you could just type in different things and see. So for example, for my major, so I would say companies that sponsor H1B for higher education. Let's see if that brings up anything, because that's what I study. So it shows you like Mayo Clinic, the University of Michigan, Johns Hopkins, Leland, Stanford. So yeah, so that's the first step. It's just opening up Google and just putting different things there to see like what it brings up. All right, so the tool that I personally use the most is My Visa Jobs. So I wanted us to kind of spend some time kind of diving into it and just learning a little bit more. So My Visa Jobs, what I love about it is that it tells you, the company that I've sponsored, how many people they've sponsored before, if any of their H1B or green cards have been rejected. Like, it gives you so much information. And typically, before I actually even interview for a job, so let's say I find a job on LinkedIn or on Indeed that I like, or higher ed jobs, I would put it in My Visa Job. Like, I put the name of the company in here and try to see if they sponsor. So for example, I currently work for Kent State University. So let's just put Kent State University in here. So Kent State University. And then you can just say search. And then it tells you. So Kent State University comes up. So all right. So it tells you, it says like so it gives you some information, basically a little bit of a background information. So it says that Kent State University has filed 140 labor conditions. So it's filed 140 H1B visas. I don't know how accurate, like I don't know if they update this every day. Like I don't know how updated the page stays, but it just gives you an insight, so you can know what you're doing basically. So let's go over to My Visas. Okay, pop up. Like you can see, like it says 2011 37, You know, like it gives you an insight, so you can tell from this that Kent State University has sponsored, even in 2020, so this year they've sponsored like 31 people. It might be more, it might be less, but it's just the fact that you know that it, you know, and typically it also tells you the salary of the people that they've sponsored before, so you can get an insight into that as well. It tells you their occupation, so it tells you like what they're doing. So they've sponsored like directors, assistant professors, you know, professors, that's lecturers, so chemists, just different people. So education administrators. So this is some of the people that, you know, Kent State has sponsored. So that's the good thing that I like about this. So like whatever job you find, so let's say I think also another thing I liked about them, it's not something that I signed up for, but you're even able to kind of, if you're looking for a position, you're able to kind of create a profile and sign up where they can advertise you. So if any companies are sponsoring, they can also reach out to you. So they have this, so that could be a good tool, but it's not something that I have utilized personally. I think the most that I use it for, that I use the site for, is just learning about the companies that I've sponsored before and how many people they've sponsored. Let's see how else we can search. So because before I've also tried searching according to states as well, so I'm trying to see, how do I get to that page? Do I remember? Let's see. How about maybe if we type in Pennsylvania or something, like you might, okay, so visa sponsors by occupation, okay, by work city. So you see, like it gives you by each city. So let's look into Chicago. All right, so it tells you, you know, the top companies that were sponsored in Chicago. So yeah, and I think this gives you pretty good insight. So let's say you wanted to apply to one of these companies, you can always just put their name in the search box and just see if they're sponsored before. A lot of times, I know people always say like small companies don't sponsor, but you don't know that. You know, you can never be 100% certain. I think another good advice, even as you use like myvisajobs.com, would also be to reach out to the company's HR, like their human resources site. So you just say, hi, my name is blah blah blah, I saw a role and I am extremely interested in the role, and I believe that my experiences and my interest and my passion and, you know, my educational blah blah blah, you know, truly matches with this position, and I was just wondering if you know, if this position would be able to sponsor for an H1B work visa. So you could just say that and then just send it to them. But yeah, so this is like my main site. All right, let's move on to my second site that I use. So the second one I use is Indeed, and I think everybody knows Indeed. Everybody loves Indeed. But typically, you're even able to put, so like H1B jobs. So you can type in H1B visa sponsorship, and you can see a bunch of different things. So let's find jobs. Or even if you say like computer, I think what I've noticed is a lot of computer science positions, a lot of tech positions, they're always more than often, you know, sponsor. Like even this one, it says like sponsor H1B, OPT or CPT. So you can, you know, click on it and kind of learn more about them. A lot of this stuff looks like it's in Chinese language. But see, yeah, they even ask you like, will you, you know, need sponsorship, all of that. But it looks like they sponsor, because it says here that they sponsored this. So this would be a good position to apply to if you feel like that matches what you're looking for. But yeah, so typically what I do is I utilize Indeed. Let me even say foreign visa. I typically utilize Indeed to like look for positions. So if I find a position here, and then so let's see a position that I would go for. So let's just say, because my major is, what I did was higher education. So let's say university. Let's just type in a university and see what comes up. So find jobs. Let's see. So Tufts University. So that's one. So let's click on this. So let's say I want to say that I want to go look to see, does this job sponsor? So what you would just do is copy the name of the university. So it's TUFTS. So let's bring that over here. So TUFTS, Tufts University. All right, let's search that. So you see, so if you click on it, it tells you like, yes, they've sponsored before. And it tells you, so in 2020, they had 55 filed applications. So I guess that's the best tool. This is what I use it for, is basically I find a position, and because I don't want to constantly email HR, so it's not like, I don't know, stressful for them. Like, so I try to do as much research as I can by myself before I now start asking questions. So whenever you find something, so whatever role I find here, I now go back to my visa jobs to kind of put in to see what they have. All right, so similar to LinkedIn, which is how I also utilize it. So let's say nonprofits in Pittsburgh. So basically whatever company. So like AmeriCorps. I don't know that AmeriCorps sponsors because I think they focus more on American students. But let's just put in their name. No, that's Indeed. We can close Indeed now. We're trying to put it into AmeriCorps. Did I type it in? No. AmeriCorps. So nothing's coming up for them. So a lot of that, sometimes that to me, that hints that they don't sponsor. So, and I think that's another thing I've noticed is a lot of times like newer nonprofits or many nonprofits, like smaller nonprofits, they don't tend to sponsor. So let's just go back. Let's see what other. I just feel like people in computer science, like y'all just living your best lives because there's always jobs in like IT. Let's just student affairs because that's what I do. So this is Case Western Reserve University. So let's put in Case Western Reserve. Let's just it comes up. So let's search. Okay, so we can see them. Oh wow, so I actually didn't know that they really do sponsor. So they sponsor so in 2020 they sponsored 110 people. That's amazing. I did not know that about Case. And like normally you can see some of their salaries, you can see like some of the majors that they're in, or some of the fields that they sponsored for. So same thing. So let's say we wanted to put, because Facebook I see was one of the top people that sponsor. So let's say we put Facebook in there. Well, they have a couple like Facebook services, Facebook, whatever. Anyways, let's just click on one of them. So, Asmina. It's a wonderful name. I love that. Okay, so Visa. So they sponsored in 2020 was 4,647. So basically, whatever company you see that you're interested in, just come to my Visa jobs, put in their names, and it'll tell you if they sponsor. So that's like the best advice, and that's what I have utilized myself. To find positions before. Same thing like Ohio State. So let's go in and put Ohio State University. Okay. Just click on Visa. So Ohio State, they said in 2020 they sponsored 149 people. But it's nice because it tells you, like how many people they've certified. Like they applied for, which ones they withdrew 18, one was denied, one was withdrawn, whatever. But my Visa jobs, y'all, I don't know how much I can preach this, but this site is like really, really helpful. So definitely something to consider. But anyways, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions about, applying for a job that sponsors or searching for a job that sponsors, please put it in the comment box below and I will be sure to get back to you. All right, y'all. So until next time, my name, of course, is Winnie Bush. Thank you. Bye.